Okay, so yesterday I completed painting the Harbinger of Decay. So today we are gonna start off with another Tyranid. This one has been on my tiny little pile of shame for a couple of months. There was this Dutch web shop, there you go, that was selling minis with a very significant discount. And this was one of them. And I figured it's about time we go ahead and have a look. So this is in my mind, it's a Zerg unit. It's basically like a mix between like an Infestor and a Ravager. It's kind of gross. So I figured this would be a fun little project to go ahead and do. I've already painted a couple of other Tyranids. So I think this one was the first proper Tyranid that I painted, a Screamer Killer. Not to be confused with a Streamer Killer, that's something else entirely. That guy is in the colors of, I think it's High Fleet Leviathan. Then I painted this little guy, which reminds me a lot of like this guy reminds me of an Ultralisk. This guy reminds me a little bit of a Hydralisk. I think this one's really neat. Very cool, very flowy mini. And then I also painted a Norn Emissary, which is a big boy. I'm very happy with how this one turned out. I think this one is genuinely pretty cool. Anyways, this guy is gonna be joining them. I will be trying to do similar colors, although I don't really care about having like, you know, perfect coloring. I know a lot of people are really keen on having like the perfect tint, but I don't really think that makes a whole lot of sense. And I don't think really that would be a lot of fun. So we're gonna try some new techniques on this one for the purple carapace in particular, but should be fun. This guy has a massive, whatever we wanna call this. What do we call this part of the miniature, chat? I have a word in my mind. No, that's not the word I was, I think it's a sack. I think it's maybe his abdomen? I'm not sure if it's his abdomen, I don't know. You think it's his wiener? I don't think that's accurate. These nuts? Maybe. Good hishabooty? Right. Anyways, one of those words. That part is gonna be something that the other minis in the Tyranid range don't have, at least none of the ones that I've painted so far. So I think we'll start with that little bit. So there's a couple of areas that are kind of difficult to reach on this dude. It's like, for example, there's like this little connecting bit that like separate like the back of the body with the front of the body. This little area is kind of difficult to paint in, I think, but I will try and hit that with a little bit of color too. And I think that's probably where we're starting. Because those areas are, I glued them all the way to the base, by the way. I didn't leave anything separate. So I built the guy together, and then I added a little bit of the texture paint as well to the base. So we have a little bit of structure there. I think I'm gonna keep this relatively minimal. And then I primed it fully in black. And then I gave it a very heavy Sentinels prime in like a gray and then also in a white. So the idea is that it's, I'm gonna use a lot of contrast paints, but you can already see a lot of shadow built up on this guy, just from undercoating it in black. So basically what you do is you undercoat the whole mini in black, and then you spray it with like a gray or a whitish color from like this angle, right from the top, and basically never from the bottom. So you can see some of that shadow already building up. And it's kind of nice. I'm pretty happy with how this one is turned out so far as priming goes. I took my time on that one this time around, which is kind of sweet. I have been thinking about the different colors that I can use. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of this for the connecting part of the abdomen and then the head. I think that would make the most sense. But honestly, this guy is a little up in the air. It's a little difficult to see where things begin and where the other body parts end. You wish you lived in other places at a later time zone? Oh, because you can't watch the stream that much? I need to shake this one more. You can't watch the stream as much. Fair enough. It happens. I'm also actually gonna look up a quick little reference image. Psychophage is what this thing is called. Yeah, so this one was on sale when a Dutch web shop was like getting rid of all of their inventory. And it was like, I think I paid like 21 euro for this thing. I was like, you know, that's a very substantial discount. That's like 70% off or something like that. So you know, I kind of jumped. I kind of jumped at the opportunity. I know this is actually not a super popular mini. I think it's really cool, but apparently a lot of people don't think so. It is very gross, I guess, but we like gross. On this stream, we prefer gross. How much is the average mini? So usually the bigger models are like at least twice that much. Sometimes 3 or 4 times as much. So we'll do a little bit of color blocking. It looks like an overgrown Jerusalem cricket. I'm still amazed you find Warhammer stuff on sale. I don't know, I just have a couple of Dutch web shops that I check. And I got an email actually. Dude, this shop that I got this from, right? So, they were getting rid of their inventory and now they're like, I think they're rebranding or something. I'm not exactly sure what was going on. But I ordered from this shop and it took like 3 weeks to arrive. I'm not exactly sure why it took so long. But apparently they had some sort of shipping issues. And then they sent the freaking, because apparently it was delayed, they sent a 26 euro discount code again too. I mean, they know how to keep me as a customer, dude. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't complain about anything. At some point I was kind of wondering like where the package was, but I wasn't in a rush. Because I figured it was a big discount. Don't really care. And then they sent, yeah, basically free minis. No, I don't play. I don't play. The top tier, like the most expensive minis are like $100. I did buy a very large one that is coming in this week, I believe. Which is basically like three minis. There are more expensive ones. Well, yeah, you can if you do like non-plastic ones, like resin ones, they get very expensive. But for plastic miniatures, it seems like the upper limit is about 100. But yeah, some of them are more expensive than that, I'm sure. But it's a little difficult to decide where to like stop with this little connecting part. I think this area over here is supposed to be bones. So we'll just color block in a little bit around this place. I saw a couple videos of people painting the Psychophage, and pretty much all of them used sub-assemblies. Yeah, I didn't. I just built this entire thing in one go, and then we're gonna try and paint it. Maybe I should have also kept it in parts, but I don't really want to do that. Didn't seem fun to me. What's the difference between resin and plastic? So it seems like all of the new kits that Games Workshop makes are all in plastic, and resin is on its way out, but it seems like resin overall is just a more expensive product to work with. And it doesn't, from what I've got, it really have any benefits. But I've never built anything with resin before. I think I think the reason why sometimes it's used, especially by like smaller companies and stuff, is because it's easier or cheaper to produce unless you have Games Workshop scale. So obviously Games Workshop has tremendous reach. And I think the molds they have to make for plastic are just very expensive. Like a tiny mold is very pricey already. So I can imagine if you have Games Workshop scale, there's just no reason to be using resin anymore. That seems to be the general vibe, but I am not 100% sure on any of the specifics. But I think it's a scale issue. Streamer, you're so fun. Thank you, thank you. In the mini world, as a painter, it's not really different. I think on a technical side, resin is a pain to work with and really toxic. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, so resin is the same stuff I think they use for most 3D printers and whatnot, right? Although it might be a different type of resin, I'm not exactly sure. How much is a paint set? So most little bottles of paint, it depends on how much and which brand and like, you know, how much is in the pots and everything. But roughly, these little pots are about €3 and maybe 20 cents on average. And the Citadel paints are a little bit cheaper where I'm at, but I don't really like them as much. So obviously you can do mixing, right? Like you can do some color mixing and you can make most of the colors if you want to. Where does this even end, dude? We kind of have to make our own decision here where... So obviously you can also use like regular like hobby store acrylics, like regular like craft store acrylic paints if you want to. I've never used those for mini painting because I heard they kind of suck. But there are some folks that do amazing stuff with, you know, low quality stuff. Low quality product, but... Yeah, it's mostly, I think, if you want to get started, there are like a bunch of things that are, you know, kind of useful to get. Like, for example, a palette like this one over here, like a decent brush. Like, you know, there's a couple of things that you can kind of, that make it more expensive to get into this hobby, I think. But I also find trying out new tools and new brushes and stuff and new paints very fun. So it kind of depends on where you want to draw the line. We have a new project today, yes. I'm just looking at the box and see how they're trying to... Okay. I'm just looking at the official art for a second, trying to figure out where the little connecting bit ends. Ah, actually, I've already kind of fucked up. I see. I see. I think I'll grab a little bit of Wraithbone too. I thought it was symmetrical on the other side, but it's not. I'll grab a little bit of Wraithbone too, and we'll fix our mistakes as we go. Have I seen the models from Infinity, from Corvus Belli? I have seen some of them, yeah. I have not really considered painting them, but there are some cool other brands out there. Oh, what the heck? This is supposed to be a white paint. Like an off-white. But yeah, there is quite a bit of variety out there. Just blocking in this color again. Just so I know next time, when I get to that point, where I was supposed to be putting it. You've killed about 50,000 of those? What's going on? None of these, dude. You've maybe killed 50,000 Tyranids in Space Marine 2, but... This is a big boy. Yeah, you fight these guys in Space Marine 2. I don't know if you specifically fight the Psychophage, but... I have no idea what a Psychophage even really is. I think it's like a spitty unit. It seems to have a spitty unit right over here. It's got a big maw. The maw is, by the way, quite intimidating. That's obviously the center of the model. But yeah, I think that's going to be quite a challenging section to paint, but... Yeah, we can probably figure it out. It's a Hydra. It's a Hydra swarm host? I think it's more like a Ravager infestor, but you can definitely tell that some of the StarCraft stuff is inspired by some of the Warhammer stuff. This looks like your sister? Yo, Echo, thank you very much. Gifting a sub to Diaboli. Do I have a favorite Space Marine chapter? Not really, to be honest. I'm not a huge Space Marine guy. I've really liked the Emperor's Children in Horus Heresy, because they are properly fucked. I feel like it changes depending on what like story I'm currently listening to or what book I'm currently reading, you know? Like I'm also reading the Night Lords novels right now. She looks like, what? This looks like your ex-girlfriend. Nice, dude. Is your ex-girlfriend the other guy's sister? Damn. That would be... It's a small world, eh? What a beautiful day. Okay, so far this is actually quite paintable. I kind of assumed that some of these areas would be really difficult to reach. It's not easy, but paintable. Have I ever tried Helldivers? I have never played Helldivers, no. Maybe at some point I will. I don't know. I've got 1,000,001 games to play. I'm not a huge, like... I like playing games solo, you know? And I know you can play that game solo, but it's kind of meant to be played multiplayer. I like the multiplayer in Space Marine 2 because it's mostly solo, but then occasionally a little bit of multiplayer. It's a bit different. Maybe I'll change my mind on it at some point, but... Oh, hair was in the way? Alright, sorry. Rylanor is a Giga Chat. So I really like Fulgrim. I think Fulgrim is a... I don't even know the origin of Fulgrim. But in the Fulgrim novel, the guy absolutely loses his mind. And I love the character development there. He's definitely not 100% sane. But it is a fun character, you know? So I'm reading the Night Lords books right now, which is like a trilogy. And I never thought ever about Night Lords in my life. But they're also kind of cool, guys. So yeah, we kind of just do whatever. World Eaters? World Eaters seem like absolute pricks. I don't know anything about World Eaters, but they seem like absolute pricks. Okay, we're gonna paint the sack. The abdomen, whatever you want to call it next. We'll just block that one in too, because we're gonna wash those with the same color. Let me see. I made myself some notes again. I said I was gonna do it in Flate 1 Flesh. Yeah, but I don't really like having voice chat whenever I'm streaming so much, if that makes sense, boy. I like running my own chat and or my own stream and talking to chat and all that. It's a little different when you're streaming in you know, through Discord. Or when you're talking to somebody or you're running multiplayer games. You finished the sub on Saturday? You finished sub on Saturday? Wait, what does that mean? You did a subathon, is that what you're saying? Oh, Subnautica. Ah, okay. Dude, yeah, no, Subnautica is great. I do really like Subnautica. Highly recommend. We're gonna have to do multiple coats of this stuff because it does not cover very well. I'm gonna paint over the plugs as well, actually. You're doing Hollow Knight next? Wait, are you watching me play through, or are you are you playing yourself? Sounds like you're watching me play it. Is that what you're saying? I have played a lot of Satisfactory. Yeah, I heard the game is actually really sick right now. I haven't played the 1.0 edition, but I played a lot in early access. Oh, I see. You're just doing some not so subtle self-promotion. Oh, it's one of those moments. Alrighty then. I will send you the invoice. I see how it is. Bow, 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 ba-dow, bow, bow. Yeah, this stuff is not covering very well. Gonna need to use a couple of thin coats to make sure that we get a nice even color. You listened to some Celtic or some Celtic metal the other day? Ooh. What's up, Invisi? Good morning. Any drama today, Invisi? I feel like Invisi every time he joins the stream, there's some drama going on. What's happening today, Invisi? Are we forced to move? Are we having bad grades? Too much Fortnite? I'm doing High Fleet Leviathan, Matt, so I have a couple of other Tyranids that I've painted. We're doing the original High Fleet colors. We'll put him over here in the corner. He gets to live over there in the corner. Hey, Nodion, a full year. Hold up, I gotta find my soundboard. I mean the audience button. Thank you, dude. Nothing. Hope all is well. What a nice and disgusting miniature. Cannot wait for 2 years. Big day. The shiniest of diamonds. You gotta go and show your car? Are you showing off your car? Is that what you're doing? I literally looked at these Nids figures and I'm like, oh, cool, ew. Yeah, they are very cool and very gross. This one is certainly one of the absolute grossest. It is nice though. Like, I do like these, like, I don't know, for some reason I seem to be drawn to these very disgusting miniatures. Maggotkin of Nurgle is similar too, right? I also like prefer like the Chaos Knights over the Imperial Knights, it seems, just because they're kind of gunked up and disgusting, and I don't know. We do have a 10-year subscriber badge, yes. So my girlfriend actually made all the subscriber badges on this channel. And it is starting to become quite difficult to come up with like shapes. Like, it is kind of difficult to get the correct designs. We've thought about doing recolors, but I don't really want to do recolors. Like, recolors is nice and all. That's what a lot of streamers do. So like, you know, as you climb up through this, but I kind of like having the green theme. So as long as we can stick with the green theme, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah. There's also only a very small group of people that have such a long sub, which is just, it still blows my mind, dude, that there's people that have subscribed for almost a decade. For more than a decade now. Wait, have we gotten already? Wait. How long is Dita Hunter a sub for right now? I don't even know, dude. We have some insanely long-running subs on the channel, which is incredible. Like, Peter saw my cringy-ass content 8 years ago and decided, you know what? This is worth $5. No, I don't think we actually have a 10-year... No, I don't think we have a 10-year subscription yet. No, we're not. Wait, I'm gonna look it up. Hey, wait, actually, I can just hover over my own username. No, I'm at 128 months. I've got a 128-month partnership with Twitch. Now, do you think Twitch ever sent me a message about that, or was like, yo, that's really... No, of course not, chat. Twitch doesn't give a fuck. It's a real good partnership, dude. It's a real... Sorry, Matt, sorry. Matt is here. No, I'm not gonna trash talk anything. Ay. I really feel cared for, is what I meant to say, Matt. I feel appreciated. I'm a cog in the machine. You trash... I feel a cog in the machine too, dude. It just says partner. That's all it says. I feel like a number on a Twitch Excel spreadsheet sometimes. Which I guess I am, but... It's alright. Twitch is a pretty great platform. I do really like streaming here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it for literally more than a decade. It's been a long ass time, man. Like, I expected to buy, you know, at bare minimum, like a personal message from Jeff Bezos by now, you know? But, hey, here we are, guys. Jeffrey, call me. Papa Bezos, please. Jeffrey does all my details, right? Or at least Twitch does. What do you think Mr. Bezos thinks whenever he goes to Twitch and he checks out the different streaming categories and he gets all of the adult content warnings? What do you think goes through Jeffrey's mind? He's like, what the fuck? Wait, we own this shit, right? Hold up right now. What is this? What is this hot tubs and pools? Money, money, money. Fair. Some of these parts are difficult to paint. I guess for now we'll just jam our brush in there. This is why people don't glue the mini to the base, so they can actually get to parts. Yeah, I think it's okay. If we just paint the deepest part of the miniature first, anything else after that should be better. Okay, that is coat number 1. You thought for sure there was one streamer? All the stuff. Wait, what? Nah. No, I found out the other day. Like I mentioned this last time Matt was here, or 2 times ago. I don't know exactly. But there's a new feature that allows me to literally ban Twitch staff from my channel. In the past, I couldn't ban Twitch staff. I can now time staff out. Yeah. This is a literal change. All right, guys. I gotta do the blow dryer. Do you guys want to hear the blow dryer or not? Do we mute or no? I know you guys are big fans of the blow dryer. Hit it, Loco. All right. Let me see. Prepare your low hots. Huge. You're feeling very dry right now? That's good, I think. Let me see. We'll do a second coat. On all of the things. I want a nice strong coat on the abdomen, on the little conjoining, little joining piece right over here. I think the main body may actually require a third coat, because it doesn't look like it's gonna be a. Yo, Matt! Matt dropping his prime over here? Holy shit, dude! Huge, literal Bezos bucks. Very nice. No, I think you can. I think Twitch can. You can still give people subs, unless that's changed. But I remember people giving staff like subs in the past. We have like 4 or 5 ex-Twitch staff subscribers as it is. People that used to work on Twitch, but no longer. But they still tune in. You do have to hand in your wrench on the day that you... they do get rid of the wrench icon. There are loads of staff members that are streaming. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too, right? It's good to be seeing it from the other perspective. Although I can imagine it also makes things a little bit weird sometimes. Do I have to enable low zombie again? We do have, I guess it's October now. I do most definitely have a zombie emoji. I don't know when the themed emojis are supposed to come out, guys. A lot of Twitch staff were streamers before they were staff. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't imagine if, I don't know. I didn't like streaming so much anymore, or if I couldn't make a living or whatever. Like that would be one of the, yeah. Seems pretty cool. If I had to go out and get a normal job. Loco for staff? You think you trust me with that much power, Kelstar? You've seen me play Frostpunk. The power goes straight to my head. But the settlements are always successful. No, I really like what I do, man. It's been many, many years, and I'm very glad that I can actually do this for a living. Make content and cast games, and it's a weird job, but yeah, it's been going. It's been going along. We're just chugging along for. I think I've been doing this full time since 2017 now, something like that. Obviously hard to say what the future holds, but yeah, I really like what I do. So I hope I can keep doing this for a long time. I know a lot of streamers at some point kind of struggle with like negativity, mental health, and all kinds of other stuff, but so far I have not really been impacted by any of that. I mean, obviously I have sometimes, but not to a point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like, nah, I pretty much always wake up excited to go make content. Do you imagine Loco working in a supermarket or driving a bus? Can you imagine Loco driving a car, dude? Have you seen me drive in video games? Fucking dangerous. Oh, you picture me as a lawyer instead. Okay. There's like two groups of streamers, it feels like, right? Where like some of them accidentally rolled into it, and then some kind of actually tried growing a stream. There's a bunch of, especially the old school streamers, that just accidentally got 10,000 live viewers, and they've just been kicking the ball forward ever since. And there are streamers out there that actually actively tried to grow a channel and tried to, you know, make strategic choices and all that. It is kind of funny. Loco as a carpenter? You better leave a good rating, Kariak. No, I'm not really necessarily thinking about actively growing my stream. There used to be a mindset I had more back in the day, but not really. Like, it's more or less like something, if it happens, it happens, but I can't really control it. Like, I used to try and control things I can't control, which did kind of fuck me up a little bit, I guess. I think that may be one of the things that a lot of streamers also run into, where they're like, I want to try and grow, and then they try and, you know, do the right things, the quote-unquote right things that should get you a larger viewer base and all that, and then it doesn't really work. I tried to go with the flow a little bit. Look, did you need to glue this or was it push fit? This mini actually is push fit, but I cut off most of the push fit parts and then I glued it together instead. I didn't really have to do that, but I like the look of the glued plastic. Usually looks better. Try to get rid of some of the mold lines and stuff, and like I use them as a guide rather than like you can kind of see some of the, so if you look at the middle of the head, let me see. I don't know if you can see that on stream, but there's like a tiny little line over here. And if you use plastic glue, what happens is like the glue melts the plastic and then merges it together. So like you melt the plastic on both sides and then you stick them together and it creates like a very solid bond. Whereas if you just use push fit, you just kind of stick the pieces together and there's always a tiny gap, unless it like fits perfectly. But I think it's a cleaner result when you use plastic glue. What's up, Papuch? Hello, hello. This shit does not cover well at all, dude. This is what I'm talking about with the Citadel paints. Some of them are great. So the Bugman's Glow that I used for the dark brown, that stuff covered in one go. And then the Flake One Flesh, which is from the same brand, doesn't cover for shit at all. It's a bit annoying, eh? We're gonna blast it again with the blow dryer, guys. I need to do a third layer. How did the blow dryer become a meme, chat? I don't understand. I like it, don't get me wrong, but I don't quite get it. Is it because of the word blow? That would be very childish. Sounds about right. I would never make inappropriate jokes like that myself. When's the last time you've ever heard me make an inappropriate joke, Chad? Never. It's the internet, Loco. What are you expecting? I thought we had a very mature audience. I thought we were listening to piano music, chat. Doesn't that mean we are mature? I think that's how it goes. Okay, no, I'll be the first to admit yeah, no, I get it. I like the blow dryer meme. It's pretty great. You guys think this is music playing in the background, by the way? No, we actually have a pianist. This is live piano gameplay, dude. That's what we're doing. Wait, can you not hear the music right now? Is the music too low? I can hear it. It's pretty loud on my end. Should be audible. Is this Mozart? I have no fucking clue, dude. I mean fudging. Sorry. You don't hear any music? Are you kidding? Can you not hear the music? I bumped it up a little bit. We can hear it, Loco? I can? Wait, how did you... Maybe Alter Break Force has me very, very low. I was looking at some of my own VODs and I noticed the music was a little loud. Or at least I thought it was a little loud. There's a hair! Got it. Loco getting gaslit? Yeah, dude, I get gaslit about music all the time. My favorite is whenever I ask, like, hey, what's the volume of the music like on stream? And the first answer I get is, Loco, the music is a little loud. And the second answer is, Loco, it could be a little bit louder. It's the exact opposite. Whenever that's the case, I assume that it's perfect. The duality of Twitch chat. Is it a cat hair? No, I think it was a brush hair. We're not using a brush made out of cat hair, dude. This is brush hair from a Kolinsky sable, which is a tiny little animal. Well, it's not that small, but that's the animal hair that is used for most mini brushes. Okay, I think that'll do for now with the coverage. Yeah, I guess you're right, Papooch. If you're listening on speakers, it might be a little bit difficult sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of Reichland Flesh Shade. Is that nice? I want to shape the flesh. We're gonna make sure it's dry again first though, guys, so I'm gonna have to blast it one more time. I know you guys are a big fan, so this is not an issue. I'm gonna blast it with the blow dryer. One more time. I don't see any low hots. Oh, okay, there they are. Okay. Okay. Kolinsky sable. That is what most... It's a little sad, dude. But the animal that they use for most of the highest end brushes that you can buy looks like this, chat. Is it sad? It's a little sad. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit sad. These are not vegan brushes. It's a ferret? It's basically a ferret, yeah. Where is my flash shade? When did you decide to become a monster, Loco? I also eat cows. I had some chicken earlier today. Basically what they do is they strip the flesh off of the bones and then they throw it into a pan and cook it. It wouldn't be grimdark with vegan brushes. In order to stay in the grimdark atmosphere, we have to use... Now, I've tried using synthetic brushes, but they're not nearly as good. I heard some of the newer ones are apparently quite good, but they're not quite to the same level. Okay, so we're gonna cover both of these parts that we have painted in so far with this nice and runny shade paint. And it's gonna shade the whole thing and give it a bit of a different look. It's okay if I spill out of the areas. That's what no. It's okay if we spill it a little bit, because we're gonna have to base coat the other areas later anyways. I'm trying to do this part first because it's the easiest one to fuck up and the hardest one to get to. So generally, painting the hardest to reach areas first is the logical step. Because if you do the easier to reach areas first, you will end up with, well, harder to paint plastic. And then you might accidentally smear the stuff you've already finished or already painted. Bad build order. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. This is going to make it look a lot more brown, but that's exactly what we're hoping for. I don't want to have it pool too much, but it's a lot of little crevices here, though, that could easily pool the paint. Gonna make a little bit of sense here, but I also don't want to move too slow, because we can get some really ugly drying lines if we move too slow. So I think we'll just load up the brush a bit, just smear it all over, and then mop up any excess. Weird, like you kind of want to be fast but also precise with this. It's a little difficult, like sometimes with some of these areas that you use the shade paint on, you can actually split it up into different segments, but this is like one continuous sack, you know? Like this sack has no split in the middle. So that would be weird. Okay. Did I get it everywhere? Nope. Almost. I just realized I unlocked a new streamer anxiety chat. Remember a couple of streams ago when my microphone ran out of charge? Now whenever I'm streaming and I'm using the wireless mic and you guys are very quiet for a couple minutes in the chat, I just assume my microphone dies. Isn't that lovely? Okay, gotta clean the brush and then mop up some excess. Don't worry, Loco, we will tell you in 15 minutes. Yeah, last time I was streaming for like a good 5 minutes before somebody asked, hey Loco, is your microphone on? And I was talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Turns out my microphone was dead. Time to bend papooch. Bye-bye. Streamer gets bullied. Can't believe this. You've never gotten banned? Yet? Okay. Don't touch it anymore. Don't touch it anymore. We'll have to let this dry fully. I think I want to base coat the bone with a little bit of wraith bone. A friend accidentally banned you twice? Right, sure. Like whenever I don't text somebody back. It's an accident, Pool J. Accidentally. Sure.